Here he comes.
Lawyer.
What's up, y'all? Coming to y'all live from London. Extremely humble, grateful, and blessed. Just got nominated for a Grammy. Let me make it clear. I didn't just get nominated for a Grammy. We just got nominated for a Grammy. Everybody tagged is a part of the project, and we got nominated. It's the unity, the black love, the black excellence, the love album, the R&B album of the year. No skips from top to bottom. Let's go. Yeah. Thank y'all so much. Every artist, everybody that listened to it. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
People know exactly what they're doing until they get exposed. That's a word that came to one of the people on my team, and she gave it to me, and I'm giving it to you. People know exactly what they are doing until they get exposed. And once they get exposed, then they get confused, or they made a mistake, or they don't understand, and then people know exactly what they're doing.
I have no money problems, believe me.
So I'm thinking,
No
are you
money,
broke?
yes, no money problems whatsoever. That's Tony Braxton. That's not me. Are you broke? I have no money problems, believe me.
So I'm thinking,
No
are you
money,
broke?
yes, no money problems whatsoever. That's Tony Braxton.
Thank you for joining us. We
Thank you,
appreciate
Miss Monique,
Sydney.
for
We
coming.
appreciate you, Miss Monique. And
Thank y'all.
all right, brother. And it's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
Eddie, thank you so much, my sweet baby, for having us.
Why you keep thinking them and not me?
You know what, brother? You're going to hear yourself a lot from me lately. You're going to hear yourself around the world because we have to explain brothers like you. We do. And when we watched that movie, Birth of a Nation, and we saw that man walk his wife into that master's house, we watched him walk his wife in. Then we watched him go back and get him. You're that brother. I thank y'all for
God
your
bless
time,
you.
my babies.
Thank you.
Greetings, everyone. I want to thank you so much for coming by the Queen Tulsa Show. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Listen here, welcome to Queen City. We want to take you on an adventure. If you would like to support this channel, you could do so at Cash App, $ beautiful 070707. We do have a PayPal. It is the Butterfly Lounge. And just by you simply coming by, liking, sharing on all of your platforms, really does amazing for this channel, for the people. We hope that you are entertained. And also, please tell somebody that we're live. Until next time, so long. All right. Welcome you all. Listen here. This is a great broadcast that we're going to have. It is very much so controversial, and it's a story that really hit home for me. Okay. So Kelly Price is on the docket today. And the reason why she's on the docket is because I feel like she went on her live, on her Instagram live, her account, and she shared some thoughts, some feelings, and some opinions. Now, some of those thoughts, feelings, and opinions offended some viewers and has struck conversation over the internet because now she is viral for, Black women are saying, oh my gosh, she's going at us and she's being disrespectful, but y'all were being nasty and disrespectful to her in the comments. Now, I do have to say this about social media. You have to be aware that, there are some people of other cultures that will get Black people's photos and maybe Black people's names, and they will go up under posts and they will be in comment sections saying these nasty things. Now, being here on social media, being a content creator, I have experienced Black content creators giving white content creators moderation sticks, letting them go ham and go up against other Black people, right? So I have saw that online where our people would give other races an opportunity to disrespect Black women. Now, listen here, like I said, some of this will not be favorable. Some people may feel a certain type of way, and that's perfectly fine. We want you to sound off when necessary. All right, so we're going to go ahead and take a listen, and we're going to dissect what Kelly Price said. And let me just say this. I stand with Kelly Price. It's protect Kelly Price. It is, I've heard women, and shout out to Queen Sheba Darling. She's here on YouTube. She had an amazing conversation where it was a panel. We all got to go up and express ourselves. And there were a lot of women and men up there that, the exchange was amazing. So guys, check that out. But let's go ahead and take a listen in and see what Kelly Price said that got the people triggered. Let's go.
Good morning, everybody. I'm giving it about a minute so people can get in. And I'm not going to take this down. I'm actually going to leave it up. Good morning, good morning, good morning. It's morning if you're on the East Coast. It's late night if you are on the West. I live on the West Coast. Hey, everybody. I'm such a liar. I always say I'm not going to hold you guys long because I get excited talking to you guys and responding to your questions. But I was actually on my way to sleep. So I'm definitely not going to stay on long with you. Hi, everybody. Hello, hello, hello. Hey, everybody. How are you?
Okay, as she go ahead and welcome everyone in, the title of her live is going to be Trolls Beware. And God forgive me for the cussing I did in this live. She says, thank you. So actually, Stevie J jumped into the comment section. He said, you got a remarkable gift, and all they have is their miserable lives. Keep going, legend. Absolutely, she is definitely a legend. Let's go.
It's not morning on the West Coast yet. We still have 2 hours, but thank you. I appreciate that. It's morning on the East Coast. It's just shortly after 10 p.m. on the West. I'm cozy because I'm ready to fall asleep. Thank you. You said I should have been in Why Did I Get Married? I actually helped write it. And I did the play for 2 years before it came out as a movie.
Very talented. Her work speaks for itself. I want to say this. A lot of people are trying to give Kelly Price a hard time. And what I see is just a Black woman that's, still trying to figure it out. I mean, in life, there's always growth. You're learning, you're growing, you're learning, you're growing, you're learning, you're growing, right? And I feel like when we reach a certain age, we tend to not really give a damn about how another person may feel about it, because these are my feelings. I've been through all these life experiences. When you think about her experiences, I think y'all are really focused on the music industry, but let's take away the music industry. Let's take a look at her upbringing. What was her life like, You know, did she have any struggles? Did she go through any trauma or anything like that? And the reason why I said is because, you know, sometimes we can find an outlet like my YouTube channel. I'm being a content creator. This is my outlet. This is where I can be free. This is where I can say it like I mean it. I am unapologetically. And, you know, this is just my safe space, you know. And at first, when I started off, you know, I was a little standoffish. I didn't really say it. But as I grew into my craft, as I grew into myself, as I grew with life learning experiences, I have gotten the confidence. Now, I said confidence, and that's not saying that my ego is big. I just got a confidence. I know what I want, and I know how to get it. And this is what works for me. This is something that's healthy. So we got to look for healthy outlets. And I think that Kelly Price wasn't even given grace, because first of all, she was calm at first, you know, because I hadn't watched this. I'm watching it first, just like you all. But she had come in, she was calm, she was patient. She said, let me let everybody get in. And, you know, she's having engagement with the chat. You know, they're saying, well, you should have been in why did I get married? She said that, you know, she helped with that movie, the play, and she played in the play. So it's just kind of giving you guys a backstory as we go ahead and take a listen. But this was 3 days ago. This is my first time listening. Let's go ahead and listen.
Full stop. Hey, okay. So I'm gonna make this quick. Hey everybody, God bless you. And hello and all that good stuff, because I literally could go from saying God bless you to F you to a couple of people whose comments I've seen on my page. I'll say this. Good morning on the East Coast. It's still late night on the West Coast, so good evening to you all. I have prided myself on being an artist who, though I've been accused of a lot of things, the crazy thing about it is the industry that I work in is smoke and mirrors. And with the right machine behind anything, it's very easy to get people to believe what the powers that be want people to believe about you. But the truth of the matter is I'm not somebody that you've ever seen me running into clubs, getting into fights and doing all kinds of stuff. I've always done I'm not perfect, but I've done my utmost best to maintain integrity where most people have none. And just no matter what, uphold what it is that I knew that I was taught as a child from my grandparents. Train up a child in the way that they should go, and when he or she is old, they won't depart from it.
Okay, so listen. See, I knew that it was something like, because and I'm not taking anything away from nobody, right? But I'm just saying, you know, despite, you know, what we see today, it goes back to childhood. And I wanted to know, what was her childhood like? Because if you kind of have a glimpse into somebody's, you know, childhood, or if they experienced anything, you can kind of see, you know, where they're coming from in a way, right? But she was in church, right? But let's get into it, because wasn't there, I mean, nowadays when we look at church is a business. Church is a business. Church is not what it was when I was growing up. You know what I'm saying? I mean, there are relations going on. I mean, if there were things like that going on back then, I didn't know about it. But times have definitely changed. And I think that I've had my experiences within the church. I've had my experiences with our with my family and stuff. So I think that we need to give her a little bit of grace. But Miss Leo did chime in. She says, Kelly has been saying mean stuff about Black women when she can't have her way. I'm over her other 6 months rants go disappear again. Oh Lord. Well, when she had disappeared, she said that she was, I think she had COVID or something. I don't want or need her blessings. Oh no. Miss Leo, do you think life is lifing with her? You say yes. So that's why I'm saying let's just give her a little grace. Maybe she's just having a midlife crisis. And I think that we need to just come by and say, hey, and this is what this live is for, is support her. If she was listening, what will we tell her? What would I tell her is don't be so hard on yourself. If you are going through, if you are in therapy, I would say continue to go and use your coping skills, and let us know the next time you go live how we can support you. I think that would be a great way for her to communicate with her fans, saying, hey, y'all, let's, it's time to be vulnerable. Not only she can be vulnerable, but we can be vulnerable and share, kind of what life is life and on us as well. I think us as, us as women in the community, we need to have a safe place for us. I mean, I covered the story the other day. I don't know if y'all heard Young Thug and Mariah the Scientist was on the phone on a jail call and saying some disparaging things about another Black woman. And this woman wasn't even, because they always want to make size an issue. This particular woman, Glorilla, she's light skinned and she's, quote unquote, society is in shape, but they criticize her too. So it's not just our beautiful, voluptuous Black women, dark skinned women, it's the light skinned women too. And we have men, champion this or high-fiving this. You see what I'm saying? So us as women, if we are divided with each other and we have other people coming in and doing it as well, what do y'all think is going to happen? I think that Kelly was really just at her breaking point. It was like, sometimes we don't feel like getting up out of bed. Sometimes we don't want to glam up. Sometimes we just throw on something to go down to the market. But you know what I'm saying? And we don't really put too much effort into it. We just we dress to our comfort. And if she was dressed to her comfort, let her be comfortable. What's the big deal? All right, let's go to the chat and let's see who stepped in. Miss Leo says, no grace needed. Why do we keep supporting someone that always comes back and tries to kick Black women back in? That's why I said we need to have a conversation with her. We need to call her to the carpet and we need to see what's going on. You see what I'm saying? Like we are with these men and we trying to figure it out and we trying to stay in this relationship. I think that we need to give her the same grace and we need to be accompanying to her like we do these men when we're in these relationships. GG Truth Speaker is in the building. Says, hey, Chad and Queen. Hey, how are you? Good to see you. Make sure you let somebody know that we're live. We'll be dropping the link here shortly in case you guys want to come up and sound off on your thoughts of, where Kelly Price was. Why do y'all think she went in like that? Have you ever had a day where you felt like you needed to go in and you needed to express yourself and you just needed somebody to just understand? Let's get into it.
So I do my best not to try and fall into the trap of social media because I do realize that there are a lot of people that grow an extra set of testicles, and I'm talking about females too, when they are behind their keyboards and they are on their phones. And a lot of the times they do it because they know they're never actually going to have an opportunity to stand in the face of the person.
But listen, let me just say this. That part right there, Kelly, I felt it. I felt it as a content creator here on YouTube. We have these troll pages around here and they will sit and they will gaslight and they would do this and do that. And it does, get to a point where, Like, you know what? If we were able to set up a little match, and we would set up a match and we'll do it for charity, right? So it's no violence, right? It's a boxing match for charity. I've actually thought about that. Like, oh, if somebody could just set, this up with this person right here, or if I could just have them come over and I could set up the boxing match and we do it for charity. My charity would be for, it would be for, I would donate to my nonprofit organization that has funds for reparations for Black people. So it'd be like a fund box. So if Black people, okay, you might need help with your rent, or you might need help with your car note or something like that, it would be a fund for that. So I would do it for that occasion. If I was going to do anything, I mean, for real, like boxing gloves, safety first, you know what I'm saying? But let's go.
And say what they say under a post to their face. I'm a songwriter, first and foremost, before I am a singer and a performer. So I'm very, very big on freedom of speech, because I literally earn a living using my words. But I'm gonna talk. I need to have a word with this generation, and when I say this generation, I'm not talking about age-wise, because I have men and women who are my age, and some that are a little bit older, that are just as ignorant and stupid as kids that were born less than 20 years ago and did not have the benefit of being taught.
Listen, I have to agree with her. Just because someone is like 53 or 55, or, it does not matter. It like, people can just be immature. They could just be, nuisances. They could, let's talk about it. There are some ignorant people that are older, just as well as there are some ignorant people that are younger. I feel like, oh my goodness, Miss Leo says she signed up for celebrity. She knows what comes with it. Her and Tamar should be sisters. Well, you know what? Oh my goodness. See, Tamar, I would have to do like a separate live for her, because Tamar is Tamar. But one thing I can say is what happened to her recently, that was out of line. It was out of order. And, somebody needs to be held accountable. And this is my thing. Why is it, and Monique has said this before, the actress Monique, why is it that a Black woman has to come out and she has to like break everything down? She's got to give you the ins and outs, the time, this, that. Why can't you just hear her story? Let her just say her story and then bring your questions. It's like, that is a problem, because even with Kelly Price, y'all were on, it was some people saying, well, when she was on that show, R&B Divas, when was that show? I believe people can change. I do. I believe people can change, because I'm not the same person that I was, that many years ago. Let's talk about it. With age, it comes experience, lessons, wisdom, and it's up to you. It is up to you. Because there's a lot of grown people running around here talking about what they mama and daddy did to them, and people didn't held them back and this, that. It's help, baby. Help is available. Help is available. It is my responsibility to take care of my mental health. It is my responsibility to get into that therapist's office, be honest, and get the help that I need. It is my responsibility to know that I don't have to go to therapy and get medicine. You don't have to go there and then get put on medicine. No, you go there, you take things slow. You have a choice. You have a choice, Black people. And I'm going to open up. I'm going to open it up to where I'm going to see how I could be more transparent when it comes to my therapy, because I do virtual therapy. I don't even go in the office. Like, I do virtual therapy. I do it in the comfort of my home. This is where I feel safe. So I want you to be safe as possible. I'm not saying rush into something, people, but look at me. I'm going to tell y'all this. Growing up, you know, my mother did the best that she could. Black woman. Clock it. You said early 2000s and she's still the same. Well, did we ever think that maybe Miss Kelly Price is going through menopause? Nobody ever thought about menopause. And I don't think that that's talked about. Kelly is up in age, y'all. Miss Kelly is up in age. Y'all don't think that it's menopause? Hot flashes, going through the motions. I mean, let's consider. Let's not always want to. I know people have issues with her past, but see, this is my thing. The past is very important, right? It's important to a certain extent. Well, it's important. I'm not going to say it to a certain extent. The past is important because whatever was in the past, I'm all about action. And what are your actions saying now? What are you doing now? So you all help me. You know, I'm just giving grace. I'm just trying to hear this sister out. I'm not coming in guns blazing, you know, but I want to hear her out. So let's go.
By the elder generation. I do not expect that I'm going to be everybody's favorite, whether it's what I look like, what I sound like, what my clothes are, or any of those things. The one thing you will never catch me doing is going to someone else's social media page and talking in a disparaging way about them, disrespecting them to the utmost. Number one, for the men that do it, you a bitch. And I will ask God to forgive me for this after this. But any man that feels that he has the right to disrespect a woman that has never done anything to them because they want to feel whatever and they realize that they will never have to say what they say under a picture.
You know what? I gotta agree because she makes a point. Like I was telling y'all earlier, Young Thug, Mariah the Scientist, when Young Thug was locked up, he was on the phone with his girlfriend and they were talking about Glorilla, a light-skinned woman, slim. You know, they were talking about her. He was saying that, you know, she was ugly and they were saying some horrific things about her. Horrible. And you got this Black woman on the phone with her Black king disparaging another Black woman, but little did they know that those calls were going to be leaked. Clock that, team. Let's go.
Or a video of me, something that is nasty and hurtful, and you want to put it there. You do that because you a bitch. And I mean that from the bottom of my heart. Before I was saved, I was a Black girl born and raised on the south side of Jamaica. So let's make.
Okay, Jamaica, Queens, New York, clock it. You are, and that's why I'm like, you know, these dudes, these new age dudes, I don't know what's in the water, but these dudes, they'll read you. They'll be like shade. I remember it was a time when I was growing up and the trade, they did not know our lingo. They didn't know our lingo. They didn't know that they were the trade. It's like we had our own language. But now you have these butch queens, you got these power bottoms, you got these in-betweens, you got these bisexual men, and you got these Saucy Santanas walking around here with beards on their face, wearing eyelashes, wearing ladies' clothes, wearing ladies' hair, and mocking transgenders. That is not transgender. That is a man that liked to play in women's clothing. Let's go.
Make that abundantly clear. Okay? That's number one. Number two, to you women activists out here, you DEI hires who can ready to lose your job if you haven't lost it already, because guess what? I haven't lost mine, and I'm not going to lose it. Because while you fighting for somebody in another culture to get your job, God gave me my voice. And yes, I'm letting you have it right now because ain't nothing you can do about that. And while you looking for a new job, I'm still going to be selling out theaters and venues looking like a fat slob in clothes that you said that I look nasty in, and my feet are so damn big. And
She didn't deserve that. You don't know what a person is going through. You don't know why she was dressed that way. Just be glad that she didn't pull a damn Lauryn Hill and not show up on you. Just be glad that she didn't pull a Anita Baker and not give y'all the performance that y'all wanted. Now I see why Anita Baker be doing what she doing. Now I see why Lauryn Hill does what she does. You cared about her enough, right, to go and purchase your ticket to attend the show. Her vocals, were they on point? Did she deliver the music? Did she give you the performance? Let's talk about it. You got Gladys Knight out here allegedly being forced to go tour. Let's talk about it. Let's get into it.
and who dressed me, I'm still gonna be making my money. I don't even do this, but I'm so sick of Black people and their bullshit. I'm saying what I want to say. If you got a problem with what I'm saying, and you know, Lord, pray for me, because I'm not there yet. I'm not there yet. Okay? I'm not there yet.
I think what Kelly Price was saying, have you ever been caught in between being a saint and a sinner? And I think that, you know, her being vulnerable right now, yeah, we know she loves the Lord. But listen here, sometimes you have to just really speak your mind, because it's like you hold in so much until it becomes a time like this where now everybody can get it. What is giving me is I'm tired. I'm fed up. Nothing is good enough. I know I'm not the ideal. You get what I'm saying? But I'm trying. I'm a legend. My name speaks for itself. I mean, when you talk about working with legends and icons, these new age people that have just come in the game, they didn't get to meet a Miss Whitney Houston. They didn't get to be on the track with a legendary queen, icon, The Voice. Let's talk about it.
Black women, you are some of the most nasty, disrespectful people on God's planet Earth. The things that you say about other Black women, but you're an activist and you are educated and you are this and you are that and you are the other. Find yourself, because a degree does not give you class. Find yourself, because a degree ain't gonna get your stupid ass into heaven. Find yourself, because being a keyboard thug on social media.
Clock it. And I think what Miss Kelly has said, because she's upset right now, y'all need to go get therapy. These trolls on here, go get you some therapy. Because you can troll and be effective, right? You can troll and be effective, but it's like, what's going on in your mind that you would have to go on here and say these disparaging things? And like I said, Kelly, you might be being duped by some of those profiles, because some racist people, they will go and get a Black person's photo and they will be typing it away, acting like they are, you know, of the culture and things like that. So this is a general statement, but this goes for everybody. This goes for everybody. And she said what she said, and I stand by her. Hello?
Ain't gonna do nothing but get your ass whipped when somebody walk up on you that don't know, that you don't even know is watching you. I said what I said. I said what I said. I would never disrespect somebody.
And she said what she said. She said what and I stand on it. And I said what I said. And if anybody got a problem, we're going to drop the link here shortly. You got a problem with me standing with Kelly Price? Let's have the conversation. Let's have that conversation. We don't do our legends like that. I don't know who raised y'all, but we don't do our legends like that, sweetheart. No, ma'am.
Social media and digital media literally is the electronic equivalent to someone's home. The things that you do when you go to somebody's page and say something that's nasty and hurtful and disrespectful is the equivalent of somebody ringing somebody's doorbell. Coming in.
And guess what? And this is the thing. If you gonna troll and if you got all that to say, come live. Request to go live with me. Let's have a conversation. Let's have a conversation. It's like, okay, I get that you're a troll. Okay, I get it. But let's have a conversation. Connect with me. And see, sometimes because she's on Instagram, sometimes you're on Instagram and you see me live, you see me sounding off. Let me know that you want to have a conversation. Let me know that you want to have a conversation. How can we work this out? How can we work it out? You saying this, how we gonna work this out? Let's do it. We're gonna be adults about this, right? You got so much mouth to say. Come up here and let's have a conversation. Baby, what's really going on? What's really going on?
In their house and tried to tell them how they should run their household. It's very simple. If you don't like how I sound, unfollow. If you think that my clothes look horrible, unfollow. But the reality of it is if I got up in a potato sack on any stage with a microphone, most people that call themselves singers are going to be hard pressed to do anything with me. People don't come to see what I look like. They come to see or hear what I sound like.
Come on. Come on. I mean, when you talk about The Voice, let's not act like Kelly Price hadn't got us through some of our times. Hello? So if you listen to the music and things like that, y'all know. Like this is like she said, she's the girl from Queens, Jamaica, Queens, New York, you know. I mean, our up north girls, shout out to our up north girls. I love our girls. Lil Kim, you got Nicki Minaj, you got Foxy Brown, you got who else is our up north girls? We got a lot of up north girls. I love them. Remy Ma, them, you know, they're up north. Like, I don't know, they're just they're different. Like like the South girls and the up north girls, it's like, I don't know. It's a beautiful thing. Our West Coast girls, you know what I'm saying? Like the Midwest ladies, like we got this little umph about us, you know? And I want to say that, you know, one thing for sure is we are talented. We are talented. You give us, you know, back in the day, you know, they gave us a pig and we made pig feet chitlins and you name it. When you talk about the Black woman will make do with what she has. Come on now. Black woman is going give it in what's going on, how she feeling. She got to get it. She got to pull it together. Don't act like you ain't never just pulled yourself together and walked into work. Hey, I wasn't feeling my best, but I came, I performed, I did my job to the best of my ability. Let's talk about it. Okay, Miss Leo says, Queen, I am 51. What Kelly needs to realize is, yes, She is a legend, but it's the younger generation that speaks down on her, not the ones that have been there for her. Okay. Okay. And thank you for opening that up for me. Because I have a better understanding. But see, with this conversation, that's why I said these younger generation, they didn't have the pleasure of meeting Miss Whitney Houston. You know, they didn't meet the icons that have soon gone on. You see what I'm saying? They might hear their music, but they don't know how much impact and how they really attributed to the community. You see what I'm saying? All right, let's get into it.
And no two people are going to have the same style or whatever the case may be, or what makes them comfortable. And in real life, I'm looking at you nasty hoes, and I said what I said. You with your degrees and all of that. I'm looking at.
Yes. You know, I'm loving this, Kelly. Listen, Kelly, we need you to let it out a little bit more like this, honey. Listen, Kelly, you need a podcast. Can somebody hit Miss Kelly Price up and tell her, honey, she needs a podcast? Can we collab? Because I get where Kelly's coming from. Kelly is very vocal. Kelly has some very good points. Miss Kelly Price, can we collab? Can we do something? I think that would be very fabulous if you would collab with me. Yes. I've been through, listen, I've had people online make a funeral. They raised money. I mean, they were making thousands of dollars on me, people. When I tell you Queen Tulsa is the name that pays, baby, you better ask about me. Listen here, the lady, Nosy Ho, that did all that, she's not even on YouTube. She's somewhere in another country. So I know what trolling does. Them people tried to get me up out of here. But it was God. It was my perseverance. You know what I'm saying? Let's go.
Not you stupid hoes online talking about other Black women that have never done anything to you. And you are disgusting. I don't understand how you, as a queen who is educated, and you want to be somebody's role model, and these are the things that you do. You know what I do as a role model? I send other people's kids to college, and I don't make a press announcement about it because I don't need anybody to know that I did it. I give dozens of families Thanksgiving dinner, not behind an organization, my household, my husband and I personally. We feed people during the holidays. We make sure that people.
Listen, when you talk about artists taking out of their money, not an organization, not where I can get a payback, not where I can get a write-off. I said not because she wanted to get a write-off. Because growing up, that's what church was about. It wasn't about take. It's about community. Back in the day, church was hospital. You know, you would go there, you would get fed, you would get a word. You know? Nowadays, it's who got the latest kicks, who got the highest pumps, who got the shortest dress. Who gonna get the pastor? It wasn't like that back then. You dress with some decorum. It wasn't no skirts up your. This too much preaching for y'all. Just too much preaching. Let's go.
People's children who may not otherwise be able to have a birthday or celebrate Christmas, that they're able to do it because times are hard. And we both came from that. So we know what that is. And I always told God, if he ever blessed me so that I could help take care of somebody else, that I would do it.
How many people in this world still have that motto? That right there, that is morals, values. That is good upbringing. You never forget where you come from. You could be up today, down tomorrow. Don't never let your circumstance overtake what God has done for you. I can never take the credit for what God has done for me. I can never take the credit of getting off crack. God did that. God took that crack up out of my life. I asked God to take that taste up out of my mouth, and he did. And he did. I said, I'm here today to tell you that God took that crack take that taste away, Lord. And he took it away. Even when I was getting high in that hotel room, I was listening to that gospel music. I was crying out. But still getting high. I wasn't strong enough to do it on my own. And I think a lot of people need to realize it's okay to come to conclude you can't do it on your own. We need God. We need God. And they tried to take God out of the school. They tried to take, they've been misconstruing the word. So these days and times, people get conflicted, right? Because they don't know what the truth is. We're going to take a brief pause and we're going to acknowledge God right now. If we can get a moment of silence, and if I can get everybody to repeat after me. Heavenly Father, I come before you today with a humbled heart, acknowledging that I have strayed from your path and have not lived as a true follower of Christ. I confess my sins and shortcomings, and I turn away from the ways of this world that have pulled me from your loving presence. I believe that you are a God of grace and mercy, always ready to welcome me back, Lord. I ask for your forgiveness, and I desire to be cleansed by the blood of Jesus Christ. Today, I choose to recommit my entire life to you. I surrender my heart, my will, and my entire being to you as a living sacrifice. Create in me a new heart with new desires, that I may seek you with all my heart and live in a life that is pleasing in your sight. I desire to walk in the freedom and newness that your grace offers, to glorify and magnify your name in all that I do. Please grant me your strength to overcome temptation, your wisdom to discern your will, and your grace to live a life of purity and purpose. Thank you for your steadfast love and faithfulness. I place my trust in you and offer myself to you to serve your needs. In the mighty name of Jesus, I pray. Amen. All right, we'll go ahead and continue with the broadcast.
My grandfather always said it was one of the things that he said all the time. He would say to his congregation, and he would say it to us, his children. He would say, you don't necessarily need to be seen giving. You don't give to be seen. You do not give to be seen. But sometimes it's good to be seen giving, especially when you are somebody that people look up to. People need to know that you do give and you help other people. But there are things that I do for the community and for families and for children that nobody will ever know about, because I don't need a press release behind it. And if the best that you can do to try to come against me is to talk about the way my stomach looks in my outfit, is to talk about how big my feet look in my shoes, is to talk about how unstylish you think I am, go for it. Go for it. I don't need to disrespect you. I don't need to disrespect you. What I'm encouraging you to do is unfollow me. Do yourself a favor and unfollow me, because you are putting yourself in a very dangerous position by attacking me and dragging me on social media when I've done nothing to anyone. Period. God takes care of me, and he also takes care of my enemies. You know why? Because I don't bother anybody. Say what you want to say about me. I do not bother anybody. I go to work when I'm supposed to be there. I do my job, and I do it better than most. Say what you want to say. And even on nights when I don't feel well, I still sing live. No one has ever been to a Kelly Price concert.
Man, didn't I just tell y'all that? She's just like you and I, people. And that's why I'm just so confused why people, oh, she's a celebrity this, but she's still human. So are we taking away the fact that she's a human being? Are we taking away the fact that, you know, she is just like you and I? One day we just may not feel like going to work, but we have to go because that's our commitment. This is what we love. And it doesn't even feel like work. This is what we're passionate about. See, that's the thing between a job and a career. You know, your career, you enjoy your career. That's why you're in it. That's why it's a career. You know, and my career feels like a hobby. We love doing what we do. Let's respect this queen. God don't play about her. Neither does he play about me. And he definitely takes care of our enemies. Let's go.
Where I lip sync, because that's unfair to the audience. And I'm speaking to Black women because what I literally just saw was a bunch of Black women and Black men underneath a photo from this weekend and a clip from my performance this weekend. The crazy thing is, it's a concert. You didn't say I sounded horrible. You said my feet look like boats in my shoes. You said my clothes look disgusting. You said I've never had any style. That's what you said about me. That's your personal opinion. Because when somebody looks at you, whether you know them or not, they looking at you and they think you look like a gorilla. They think you look like a mud duck. Beauty's in the eye of the beholder. If you don't like what I look like, get the hell off my page. Because for real, in real life, I'm not even that girl. I don't talk about the kind of money I make. I don't flaunt.
Let's clock it. Let's clock it. Kelly is not a controversial girl. Miss Kelly Price is not a controversial girl, right? I haven't seen her throwing microphones. I hadn't seen her getting into it on red carpets. I mean, let's talk about it. But let's not forget that she's human, like you and I. Like she said, she don't go and lip sync. Miss Kelly Price says she don't go and she don't lip sync, sweetheart. She's gonna give you that voice, whether if she just had a bad day, whether she just got bad news, she's gonna pull it together like an icon, like a legend, handle her business, and then she'll deal with it afterwards.
Money on the gram. I don't do that kind of stuff. I didn't come from that generation. Some people are saying they didn't see it. I've already started deleting it because I do my best to make my page, all of my social medias, someplace where people can come and just get either something to laugh at or get an encouraging word, because so many people are going through so much right now. You'll be walking by somebody on the subway or on the bus, down the street, in the grocery store. You don't know what they're going through. My goal is, if I leave my house, is to just make somebody smile, whether they know who I am or not.
Now that's free joy right there. They don't make them like Miss Kelly Price no more, y'all. She's a celebrity, but she's not ego driven. Oh, this is me. No, like she said, she helps families, but she don't have to broadcast it. She don't have to come out here and do none of that. Just know that God is keeping her because she's being obedient. And I feel like we need to give her a pass and let her sound off and express herself. She deserves that. She's on her page. She giving you a warning. She said, trolls beware, and God forgive me for the cussing I did in this live. I think she was direct. She made the point clear. This is what you're going to see. I am going to be, there's a disclaimer. She put the title right here. Right here. So if anybody went to the comment section after this, it was because they wanted to be malicious. It's because they wanted to get a rise out of her. They wanted to be responded. They wanted her attention. You see what I'm saying? So shout out to Queen Sheba Darling. She's here on YouTube. She hones in on the psychological behavior and traits in the Black experience. And I've been over there learning, and she's helped me to where I'm able to dissect things a different way from my perspective. And you guys, I'm out here and I want my content to reflect positivity. I want to bring us close together. I want us to share tips. I want us to be able to have a safe place where we are all, can say what we have to say. And we may not agree, but thank you for the different angle, the different perspective. Hey, I didn't see it that way. And vice versa. Let's go.
And y'all don't let social media make y'all feel like you are a whole lot more than what you actually are. So I'm going to remind you, you are flesh and blood like I am. Whether you believe in God or not, you are going to answer to him. And I'm warning you, I don't have to do anything to you. You are literally attacking me and dragging me because your life is so miserable that you don't have anything better to do at 10 o'clock at night on the West Coast, 1 o'clock in the morning on the East Coast.
Come on now. Come on now. They said there was no sleep for the wicked. Let's go. It's Bible written. Let's go.
Then troll my photos and talk about how horrible you think I look in my clothes. That already tells me what your life ain't. I don't get online and do this. But when I literally looked at all of these Black men and women, people of color, coming up underneath my post, that's the best you got for me? Seriously? I'm not fishing for compliments. If you don't like what you see, I'm going to say it again, unfollow. If you don't like what you hear, unfollow.
And listen, as she was stating, it was like 10 o'clock LA time, but I want to take it to Proverbs 4:16. For the wicked cannot sleep unless they do evil, and they are deprived of sleep unless they make someone stumble and fall. That's big Bible, y'all. One more again. Proverbs 4:16. For the wicked cannot sleep unless they do evil, and they are deprived of sleep unless they make someone stumble and fall. Let's go.
I don't argue against people's right to the freedom of speech, because as a writer, that's how I make my money. But I'm respectful. I don't go scrolling through Instagram or Facebook or TikTok looking just to have something nasty to say. And say what you will. Oh, you are artist, you signed up for this. No, the hell I didn't. I've been in this business for 33 years and there was no social media when I signed up.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. let's get into that, because when she was in the business, we didn't know celebrities' business. We didn't know it. We had to wait on Wendy Williams to come on the television, or her radio station, her show, or the tabloids to report something. But back then, we didn't know celebrities' business. And it made it more, it gave us something to look forward to. Like the day and age that we're in now, it's like we know everything. It's like there's no secrets, there's no surprises, there's just everything right there. We were like, back then it was more of a suspense. Like the way that the industry was, it was more off a suspense. You had to suspect, or you had to catch the person in the act, or something like that to, have that information. But back then, social media wasn't that. And the ladies were girly girls back then. If they were going through things, we didn't know about the fights and stuff, but it was more, I want to say the women appeared to stand by each other back in the day. It's not like a dog eat dog world now. It's like, okay, now you have women online going back and forth and tearing each other down, and they're in the industry. They got everything that was supposed to make their life better, but I digress.
I had to learn how to adjust to you assholes that don't have anything better to do with your free time, because ain't nobody looking for you. And they don't give a damn about you. And that's your problem. That's why you have so much free time on your hands. I love what I do. I love the fact that God has given me the ability to write music that speaks to people's spirits, and it helps to heal them.
Listen here, Miss Kelly Price, you done healed me. And actually, when I get off of this live, I'm going to listen to some more of your music. I am going to I think I might go up on my backup channel. Actually, I'm going to drop up my backup channel, and we're going to go to my backup channel. We're going to listen to some Kelly Price. Live in the Field with Queen Tulsa. Okay. Yes, that's what we're going to do. So since the haters out there, we're going to listen to some of her music. That's what we're going to do. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to share my backup channel's link in the chat so you all can come over and follow me on over, and we'll listen to a little bit of Kelly Price music. Let's go ahead and listen to this comment, what she has to say, and we'll give our closing thoughts.
And it helps them to know that they're not the only ones who are going through it. I see people saying, don't react. I'm not reacting, I'm responding. Because it gets to a point, the reality of it is if somebody walked up on the street and said something to me, like some of the comments that I've been saying, I would absolutely let them have it. This is not me letting somebody take me out of my character. This is Kelly. This is Kelly. I just ignore it most of the time, because the reality of it is I realize that people really just don't have much to do. If you have enough time in the middle of the night to sit on social media and scroll through somebody's page that you don't know, that doesn't know you, and make comments that are disparaging and disrespectful, I don't need to ask what you got going on in your life. I don't care if you make 7 figures a year. It don't matter. So do I. But I don't have time to sit on social media looking for something to talk about that's nasty and rude to other people, because I'm consistently looking for things to try to make the world better and to try to better myself. Period. Period.
You know what? That sounds like growth to me. A lot of people were saying, oh, well, I seen her on R&B Divas, and, she was this, she was that. Well, was she speaking like this when she was on R&B Divas, or y'all didn't catch this part? I'm just trying to figure out. Okay. Anywho, let's go ahead. I did do a poll. I do want to address the poll. So the poll was Kelly Price A needs therapy. She said what she said. Tired of the BS. Protect Kelly Price. 40% says Kelly Price needs therapy. 20% says she said what she said. 40% said she's tired of the BS. So we have a tie with therapy and tired of the BS. And I think that, she's just exactly that, tired of the BS. She's tired of, like she said, it's our people. And, we do this to one another. We do this to one another. And it has to stop. It stops here.
And the crazy thing about it is I'm looking at first the men. I can't even whatever. Like as far as I can't even call you a man. You're a male. What they put on your birth certificate was male when you were born. Because when I was growing up, men didn't roll up on women like that. Not
Whoa,
men anyway.
come on. Wait a minute now. Listen, I'm with you on that, Miss Kelly. Men wasn't like that. I wasn't raised around those type of men either. I was not. Listen, now my dad, he rolled up on my mom like that, and I knew that that wasn't it. I knew that that was not what a man was. A man was not supposed to draw down on no woman. And that's why he went to jail all those times. But see, it's from that experience that I know better. So we do better. I had to learn that in the house. That was not okay. When daddy would get locked up and then we in a domestic violence shelter, that wasn't the way that a kid was supposed to grow up. At my grown age, I had to go and get the therapy and unteach all that nasty behavior that I was around. Not only in my household, but in the world, what I was exposed to. Let's go.
And I don't ever have a problem with somebody saying to me, you know what, I think you might look better in this, or why don't you try that? Because that's what queens do. They don't slap the crown off of another queen's head. If her crown is tilted, they come next to her or behind her and they whisper in her ear and they tell her, hey sis, hold still, let me grab this for you.
Let me adjust that for you. Let me adjust that for you. And see, she's saying she don't have a problem with suggestions, but y'all started making commands, and it's a different. Y'all started making commands. Oh, you should. No. How are you gonna get somewhere telling somebody what a grown people don't like to be told what to do. You should. No. Let's take it back. Let's take a deep breath, sweetie. Let's calm down. I'm grown. You're grown. We are grown. And that is true.
Let me straighten out your crown. Your tag is sticking out in the back of your dress. I don't want to alarm you. I'm going to stick your tag back inside your dress. That's what real queens do. But you wouldn't know it because you don't know what that is. You don't know what that is. It's not getting to me. Axe B. Cole. It's not getting to me. I'm a 52-year-old grown woman who has been doing this and getting a check for it for 33 years. Miss me with the she's a hater, she's a this, she's a that. No, at this stage in my career, I'm an expert.
Come on now. Listen, she's an expert. She's worked with the greats, the Isley brothers. Come on now. Her vocals are impeccable. Tell me one song Kelly Price wrote that you didn't like. Tell me, or let me say this. Give me 5 songs that Kelly Price helped you get through on. I bet you could name them. Don't be so hard on this queen. Go stream her music, because after this, we are going to, it's Kelly Price hour. How about that? How about that? Listen, we small little voice. We don't know who's going to hear this, but guess what? We're going to stand on business. We're going to stand with this queen, and we want y'all to stand with her too. The same thing with Monique. When Monique came out and told y'all Netflix, oh, she's this, she's that. Why can't a Black woman of a particular size, come on? Because let's go ahead and address the damn elephant in the room. Why isn't a plus size, beautiful woman, why she can't say what she got to say? Why y'all got to make it about weight? Why you got to make it about color? With them speaking up, it's going to help those that are coming behind. Can y'all wake up and smell the coffee?
And I know what the whole hell I'm talking about. I really do. I've done every job in this business. And I don't buy into, because I'm an artist, I don't have the right to respond when someone says something that's out of pocket.
Correct. Hey, Castro Cannon. Castro Cannon says, right, she sung for Mariah. Yeah. I mean, legendary. She sang with Whitney Houston. She sang with Faith Evans. She's, been around the greats. Like I said, the list goes on. When you talk about her resume, baby, I don't think you're ready for that. I don't think they ready. I don't think they was ready for that. Go back, do your research, listen to her songs. She gonna get you through, babe. She gonna get you through, baby. I was gonna say, baby. She gonna get you through. Go ahead.
That's where y'all got it messed up. Because once again, depending on who you are and where you from, you wouldn't walk up on somebody in the street and say that, because you might not make it home.
Clock that.
This is my official advisement.
Listen, this is her warning. That's why I said protect Kelly Price. Protect Black women. Protect all women. Protect trans women. Come on. Come on.
If you don't like me, get the hell off my social media. It don't affect my bottom line. I promise on everything I love. You don't affect what my life looks like. My bills will still be paid. I will still be driving my car. I will still be flying first class and private in some cases, wherever the hell I want to go. I'm not that girl. I don't throw stuff in people's faces because I understand, appreciate, and I know that anything that I have is because God decided to bless me above and beyond what it was that I knew before I became a person that the whole world knows. But I'm serving this to you as a warning. Because where I'm at right now, I'm not getting back online saying anything about this anymore. I'm glad I saw your names. Because when I pray, I'm praying that God give you exactly what you deserve. There's no reason for you, person who was born as a male, there's no reason for you, woman of color, with your education, who done lied to herself and told herself that she was a queen, because won't nobody else call her that. Not anybody that means it anyway. Anybody that got time to just literally sit online all night long and do this, we don't even need to ask. We already know. We literally already know. I'm going to say it again, be careful. You better watch the economy. You better watch the times we living in. People losing their jobs left and right. And I might be the one that you need to put some money in your GoFundMe because you can't pay your mortgage.
Can we speak about wealth is silence? Okay. And what she is saying is, and earlier in this broadcast, if you guys didn't hear it, but Kelly Price, she and her husband, they don't go and give you no frozen dinner. They cook Thanksgiving dinner and they actually pour back into the community. And what she is saying is she's 52 years old. She's lived life. She's in her era right now where accept me for how I am. You know, I'm not trying to prove anything to nobody. My looks and everything, I get y'all make suggestions, but don't come off, you know, just beating her down. She's saying she's willing and she's open to suggestions, but it was the way that y'all did it. And I think that, you know, I was saying this earlier, you know, everybody keeps bringing up R&B divas. Oh, she was this, she was that. Well, I see a growth in her. With this video, she was straight, direct to the points. She made sure she took her breathing exercises before she even started talking. She was greeting people as they come in. She wanted everybody to come in, and I think that this was effective. I think those that wanted to see a problem with this, they were committed to seeing a problem with her, because they already are bringing in R&B divas. That show was years ago. Miss Kelly Price has worked on so many other projects and things like that since that show. And if you're stuck in that element and in that time frame, then maybe it's you. You know, let's go.
In 6 months. Because I do that too. You wouldn't know it though, because I don't make announcements about it. And I don't have my PR person putting out press releases about what I do. I've always been that person. That's how I was raised. Period. The people that sis, thank you so much, Mr. Law the Great. They laughing in here because they ignorant. They'll be the ones with if they don't already have a GoFundMe up, they'll be the ones putting up GoFundMes in the next few months, trying to buy Christmas presents for their kids, and they lying. They're really trying to get it so they can buy bundles. I've always been a giver. I've always been a tither. I've always been someone who has had a kind word for somebody else. And you got to be careful, because even if you don't believe in God, whatever you believe in, whether it's karma, whatever it is, you have to know that when you choose to be that person, that thing is doing a boomerang. And when it comes back to you, it's coming back faster than what you sent it out. It is. It is. And I don't like to see people suffer. I don't like to see our people suffer. But it's just amazing to me. It's amazing to me. I don't even listen anymore to people talking about what other nationalities and other cultures and people of other hues are doing to us. They don't ever have to do anything to us at all. You know why? They sit back and laugh while we do it to each other.
Come on now.
Y'all.
They don't have to do anything. Look at the first 48 hours. Look at your jail rosters in your towns. Okay, look at all the Black violence. Look at the RIPs. Look at the marches and things like that. Violence in your own community. Our ancestors are the ones that have come before us. They didn't fight for this. They didn't march for this. Know your history, because they're trying to erase it. Let's go.
I better get your stuff together. Because all said and done, I answer to Jesus Christ. I answer to Jehovah. And because I've always just remembered where I've come from. And I've always put myself out there to be a helping hand to people in any way that I can be. God blesses me. He continually blesses me. He blesses my household.
Listen here, God blesses a child that has their own. And I don't know Miss Kelly personally, but I get it. I get it. I get it. Some people won't. Some people will. Some people, it just take them a little bit more time, a little bit more experience, a little bit more growing in life. You know, they need to grow a little bit more, you know. They need to live a little bit more. That's what it is. They need to live a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? Let's go.
My husband and I literally just sponsored an entire classroom. We picked a classroom. Actually, the classroom picked us. The classroom picked us. There are a lot of kids who cannot afford to get what they need to go back to school. And there are a lot of cities that do backpack drives and everything. But I had a young sister who was early in her teaching career reach out to me. And I had her connect with my assistant and just told her, just send me the list of everything that the kids need. I'll make sure that all the kids in your classroom have what they need for this year in school.
Mm. Do you know what that feels like when God puts it on your heart to bless somebody and you're able to see smiles on people's faces and you don't take credit for it? It was all God's work. See, a lot of people, they get, oh, I did this, I did that. No, God. And I think with her being humbled, people expect for her, she's this legend and she got all this money and they expect for her to be flashy and stuff. Castro Cannon says, I was able to see her live at my church. She came and sung a good song. Oh, okay. Yes. She loves the Lord. I mean, and see, this is the thing. I'm not afraid. And Lord, it's in the Bible. You never be afraid to tell anybody or to preach or tell somebody what God did for you. Man didn't do nothing for me. Man didn't do nothing for me. It was God's plan. It was in his plan. You hear me? You being here is God's plan. Us doing this review is God's plan. It's time to step it up and really talk about the things that are affecting our community. Let's go.
Again, that's why God blesses me. But I literally, I don't do this often. But I did it tonight because I went to the pages, not even so much the men, but the sisters. Y'all ought to be ashamed of yourself. You ought to be ashamed of yourself. If you feel like you have a better solution for me, for the clothes that I'm wearing or something, send me a DM. I respond to that stuff when I have the time. I literally respond to it if I have time to do it. But you're not a queen and you're not trying to help. Because if you were, you wouldn't be on the timeline having a whole conversation with other people that you don't know who are responding to the nasty things that you're saying about me.
Okay, so I did drop the link in case anyone wants to come up and sound off. To sound off, you would just hit that StreamYard link. You could be on camera, you could be not on camera, but make sure you close out the windows if you do decide to come up, and make sure the space is kind of quiet so we can have an engagement if you decide to come up.
But I will say this, and I'm saying it with all the authority of heaven. Watch your mouth. Keep your tongue off me. I don't even need to go any further than that. Because when it hits you, you're going to know exactly what it is, and God's going to let you see my face.
That part.
So that you understand that that's the reason why everything around you is crashing.
Crumbling. Yes.
The world is wars going on all over the world. The food chain supply is getting messed up. People can't pay their bills. The homeless crisis is worse than ever. I was a kid and I was homeless multiple times. So that hits me at the center of my heart. And the best you got with your educated self is to get on social media and talk about somebody that you think is overweight, clothes look a mess, and call me out my name? Yeah, okay. I'm glad you got that degree. It ain't gonna do nothing for you when you die. It's not gonna do nothing for you when they put your casket in the ground. And it's not gonna do nothing for you when you have to stand before a righteous God.
Absolutely. Listen here. When we leave this earth, we can't take that Mercedes Benz. I mean, you can nowadays, people get buried with their cars and all this and that. But really, when you are in that casket, you can't put that house in there. You can't, you could put that money in there, but why would you put that money in there? You would be selfish. You ain't gonna be able to spend it. You ain't gonna be able to live in that house when you are up out of that body. Come on now. Ashes, ashes, and dust to dust. And like she said, when you have to account and you have to go up against, you have to stand before God and you have to answer for all that. Let's get into it. Touch not my anointed and do my prophet no harm. Baby, don't play with that. Don't play. I said, touch not my anointed and do my prophet no harm. Come on now.
Who's gonna judge you for the things that you've done in this human earth suit? He put us all here, and he put us here for a reason. And if you were allowed to come up and do something with yourself outside of the norm of opportunities that have been afforded people of color for so long, and the best you can do is sit online and talk about other people and be nasty and call them out their names. I know you. And I don't have to know your name or your address, but I know that nasty demon spirit that lives inside of you. And I know where this ends up, and you're not going to be happy. It's not going to work out well for you, bruh. It's not going to work out well for you, sis. All this women's empowerment and stuff, I don't even buy into it. It's the biggest, it is literally the biggest it's crap. Because y'all say that stuff in public and behind closed doors, you just as catty and nasty and disrespectful and dishonorable as any human being can be.
All right. Listen here. We've got Castro Cannon on the panel. Hey, Castro Cannon, how are you?
What's going on? It's been a long time since I've been over here, so I'm glad that I'm able to grace your presence. I knew if I came over here, I would came and got you some numbers. So it's good to be here. Thank you.
Yes. Listen, thank you for coming. And you guys make sure you follow Castro Cannon. He is a content creator as well. He sings. He does a variety of things. So you definitely got to check him out. That's his channel right there. We'll go ahead and let her finish up, and then we'll go ahead and dissect this her talking points. Is that okay?
That's fine with me.
All right, let's go.
So really the only thing I have left for you is, may God give you exactly what you deserve. And I say that with a smile on my face. All right, sis? That's for my big feet. All right, sis? That's for my stomach. And me just being whatever. All right, bruh? Because you're still trying to convince people that you're happy inside of a male suit when you really want to be a woman. And miss me with the homophobic nonsense. That ain't even me. That's not me. Anybody that knows me knows that's not even how I get down. But there's a certain type of man, male. There's only a certain type of male that is comfortable enough to disparage a woman. God put you on this earth to cover and protect women. And you sitting on social media talking about women like a dog. Women that you don't even know, God help you if you ever have a daughter. And I'm sorry for your mama, because you were a failed experiment. You missed the mark, because that's not what God put you here for. So I'm going to calm down. I'm actually calm already. I'm calm. But some things need addressing. Some things need addressing. And I think what really messed me up is when I went to go and look specifically at the Black women. I was looking at Black women who were beautiful and well put together and educated. And these are supposed to be the women who are helping to teach the next generation something that's going to carry them while the world and while government systems fail us as a culture and as a race. But you don't have time to do that because you're too busy sitting online talking about people that you don't know, who don't know you. I'm not even getting ready to tell you God bless you. I'm going to say God help you, because you're going to need it. You are going to need it. A degree and a good job is not going to get your soul into heaven when you draw your last breath. I literally just told somebody 2 days ago, we come in this world naked and with nothing. And when we leave, we're leaving naked and with nothing. And what a horrible shame if, when it's time for you to close your eyes and meet your maker, that the best thing people can do is stand over your casket and tell lies about you because you were not who you pretended to be. And you did not use the time that God gave you to do the right thing. Pastor, if you see this, I'll be on the prayer call this morning. I'm going to repent when I get off this live. But you already know I'm not making any excuses. But I think people need to be checked. I am literally unproblematic. I go do my job and I come home. I've always been that girl. But it does not change where I came from. And it doesn't change what I know. And I literally, I'm putting it out there. I want you to know. Be careful. Because you're going to run into the wrong one. You really gonna, this ain't even got, and I'm saying be careful. Because it's not even about you talking about your homegirl from around the corner, or somebody you go to church with, or somebody that rides on the same train or bus with you every day, or somebody that works in your office. You're going to do or say the wrong thing about the wrong person. And I don't move like that. Never have, never will. Vengeance is mine, said the Lord. I believe that. I will repay. It's what he said, and I believe it. But we definitely live in a world where you say the wrong thing to the wrong person, you might not make it home to your family. I'm trying to help you. I'm really trying to help you. I'm going to say it again. If you don't like me, unfollow. If you think I'm ugly, unfollow. If you think I have no taste in clothing, unfollow. If you think that my feet are so big, unfollow. Who gives a damn? My foot was a 9.5 in the 6th grade and got bigger after I started having kids. You know what I'm grateful for? That Gucci makes a size 11. And it don't break my bank account to buy a Gucci. in a size 11 if that's what I want. Get your mind right. Get your life right. Get your spirit right. Because all this stuff that you're doing, I know if you're bold enough to come and do it to me, I can only imagine the horror you are in your interpersonal relationships. I'm going to say it again. Vengeance is mine, saith the Lord, I will repay. I'm literally warning you. I'm warning you. Not because I'm coming after you. I don't even know who you are. But after about the 20th post that I saw, where y'all decided y'all was just going to sit and play in my face on my social media page. I don't care if you're having a conversation. Go have it on your IG page. Because I don't know you and I don't follow you. And in real life, I'm going to say it again. Who you are or who you think you are doesn't affect my bottom line. My bills still get paid. And have been now for 33 years. And it didn't matter. If I had to choose between being a petite fashionista who had to use pre-recorded vocals on stage and being a girl who, when she picked up the microphone every time, whose fashion choices might not be your personal taste, but I shatter the room with the gift that God gave me when I start to sing, I'll take number 2 all day long. Because it's not me, it's him. And I'm very aware of it. But I literally told myself, I know black don't crack, and melanin a lot of times confuses the people, because I remember even just saying in my concert over the weekend at Memphis, I heard the people in the audience when I said, yeah, I just had my 52nd birthday. They were like, oh my God, I didn't realize she was that age. Yeah. So maybe you got confused. Maybe you thought I was somebody's kid. Even if I was, it doesn't give you the right to do it. But where I am in my career right now, I am at the status of someone who would be considered an expert. I'm in the teaching stage of my career. I'm no longer a student. And I deserve to be respected. And if that's not what you feel you want to do, that's cool. Get off my social media and go follow somebody who you can respect and like, whose feet are smaller and who weighs less, or whatever. Whatever it is that floats your boat. Whatever it is that floats your boat. But I want us to get it together. I'm watching every day, and we complain so much about how other races and how other ethnicities and how other classes of people treat people of color. But I can absolutely tell you that it never compares to the mistreatment that we do of each other. We need to get it together. We need to get it together. They don't have to mistreat us. They sit back with popcorn and laugh while they watch us disrespect each other. And that said, I'm gonna go ahead and go to sleep, because whatever I look like, this is not the skin of a 52-year-old. Thank you, Jesus. And thank you to my grandma, who would have been 100 if she would have lived to see yesterday, who I literally just got finished celebrating for her would-be 100th birthday and her 4th birthday in heaven. I've devoted my life and my career to trying to help not just people everywhere, but mostly women and children. So it is extremely disheartening to see where we are. And for the women who are in my age bracket, who are running around here acting like a ratchet 20-year-old, people are not laughing with you, they're laughing at you. Remember I said it. Okay? Remember I said it. Okay. That's it. So the next time you see me, if my outfit looks horrible, that's fine. But I'm pretty sure I'm going to be singing the whole hell out of something while my outfit looks horrible. And I'm still overweight. And my belly fat can be seen hanging over my Gucci belt that didn't come from the swap meet. Okay? I'm seeing some of y'all's comments. I do love y'all. I love y'all. I really do. And anybody that's followed me, y'all know I don't even rock like this. But sometimes you have to respond. Sometimes you have to respond. And I think people need to understand that you don't have the right to just say whatever you want to say. Your freedom of speech gives you the right to say what you want to say. But guess what? My freedom of speech gets me the right to respond. And a whole lot more people gonna hear it if I say it. Which is the reason why I'm not gonna even send people to your page. Because clout is a hell of a drug. And when I was coming along, I didn't need to chase clout. All I had to do was open up my mouth and sing like I'm doing every weekend when I hit the road. God bless and good night. God bless and good night. God bless and good night. May the Lord watch between me and thee while we're absent, one from another. And I hope, in real life, I'm being serious. I hope that somebody who's doing that nonsense, whether it's to me or any other artist or any other well-known person, or even if somebody's not well-known, period. If you make it a habit to be a troll online just for the sake of aggravating somebody else's life, I really, really hope that you hear me. One thing I can tell you, I've lived enough life to see what it looks like when that stuff comes back around. And it's time for you to get yours. Because you don't get to decide what it is, who it comes through, how hard it hits, and even whether or not you survive it. So we got to be careful. We got to be careful. I don't have any R&B beef. Be real black for me. I don't have any R&B beef. This is literally ignorant black people on social media just being disrespectful. Carry on go to your Instagram, go to your Facebook, go to your TikTok, and carry on with the Kelly Price hate campaign. But what you're not going to do is do it on my page. Period. It's my last warning. It's my last warning. I'll say it the third time. This is my last warning. Be not deceived. God is not mocked. Whatsoever a man, woman sows, that will they also reap. Be careful. Be careful. Be careful.
All right, Castro Cannon. How are you? What are your thoughts on Kelly Price?
I'm doing very, very well. Excuse the background noises. You know, I got my nephew here, so therefore he's playing the game with his friends. But from what I get from the video, I feel like she may be talking to someone subliminally, very, very subliminally. But at the same time, she is calling out things that she feel, the right to call out, and I don't blame her. Yeah, I don't blame her. So, whatever she may have to put out here or say, even though she can't say too much because she is Kelly Price, I would hope that, whatever may be released or said, it's, it ain't too much that can bring a whole lot of light, to what she's saying, you know.
Right. You know what? I feel like because there were by me looking at the whole video, there were pieces that people took from it and then they wanted to expound on it. But if you listen to the whole live in its entirety, she made mention of, there's the difference between male and men. There's a lot of males out here that are going up at these women. Men, the ones that we know, they don't go up at women. They are men, they protect and things like that. And then when it had come to, they were bitches, like they are. And I can truly say that I can identify with what she's saying. Look at the beef sector. There are some guys like Mr. West that will go up at a woman, and would say all these various things. And then she spoke on, playing with God. Pastor Jay, he's been playing with God. What are your thoughts? Sound off.
Well, honestly, I'm tell you the truth. Whatever those two individuals have going on with themselves, I would hope that the other one would get it together. But I would also hope the other one, which is the second party, would not play with God, in that way, because he's not to be played with at all. And so, that's my take on it.
But do you feel like Black women are protected? Do you feel like Kelly Price was out of line for coming out and standing up and speaking up for herself?
I will honestly, I feel like she had every right to, because a lot of artists like her, she a damn good artist. A lot of the times you don't always get that, you don't always get that, the honest opinions about certain things. They like it's always the whole PR stunt. Well, I would say a PR stunt, but it's almost like you always got to go along with the protocol. And it's good that you have artists out here like her, that's not going along with the protocol and just and look and seeing it how it really is. Because a lot of artists feel the same way as she feel. They just don't have the balls to come out here, Queen Tulsa. They don't have the balls to come out here and say what she is saying, because they they are so concerned about their brand, who are they are linked up with. It may mess up some money moves, but at the same other time, if you want to be with the people and stand up in your shit, be with us. Don't be against it, or really don't be playing both sides of the fence. That's my take on it.
Yeah, I agree. But do you feel like Black women are being silenced? You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, she's just complaining. She's doing too much.
Yes. I have always felt that way. I have always look at the Housewives of Atlanta. Look how they, when it comes to production wise, as fans of the show, look at the production of it. Look how far they would go with it. It took a Black man, a very handsome young Black man, he bald headed too and all, a photographer. It took him to want to, try to at least, hint Bravo. They didn't answer. They I don't even know if they even seen the picture. But it took a Black man seeing the vision of where they are at right now in their lives, for the year. Because we, as fans, we're looking at them as if shit. Okay, let me see how far you have elevated. You inspire me to do more elevation.
Yeah, I think that's a great point. Listen here. Speaking of showing up, we are about to go on a quick commercial break, so stay with us. and we will be right back.
All right.
Girl, how you doing? So I'm in my zone right now. I've been battling with like some
Making up a question on the spot.
no corporate businesses like the DMV. Like I went down there, and Trump is trying to take away legal marriage and all that. What advice would you give me as far as being a trans woman, right? Because we learn from women, right?
Right.
What advice would you give me to approach these situations? Because eventually, I want to be a lawyer one day, Tasha.
Okay.
I want to be a lawyer one day. What are some steps that I should take as far as advocacy and showing up and reporting?
You have a platform. The advocacy is raising awareness to issues like that on your platform. And I know the gay marriage thing has hit everybody for a loop, but you're already married. And even though federally they're trying to get it disbarred, but it's ultimately up to the states.
Okay.
You understand? And there are certain states that approved gay marriage before the Supreme Court was even tapped. So them just tapping this is basically telling the states they don't have to, or they don't, they can or they can't. It's not federally mandated that they have to abolish same-sex marriage. But they are trying under the Trump presidency. But like I said, it's ultimately up to the state. And so you guys will have to marry in states where it's legalized. And that's just going to always be a forever issue. I'm going to be honest with you. And so you just going to have to use your platform. I think it's a great topic. The LGBTQ love to follow topics like that. And you could just, take it on the head and speak on those issues that affect your community.
All right, bye-bye.
Okay, I'm ready. Do you like me, yes or no? This show is 3 beautiful women that are waiting to be chosen by their mystery man. We ain't seen his ass yet, but how he sounding? We like it. Some of these interactions get interesting and real messy.
What's going on? How you doing?
Tasha K, I'm kind of nervous because his voice sounds too familiar.
Oh. I even intervened and asked my questions to extract my wine my way. Do you have a high body count?
But do I date a lot of women?
Do you date a lot of women?
Nah, but I mean, listen.
Do you like me? Yes or no? Coming soon to Unwind with Tasha K.
All right, so that was our commercial break. Shout out to Tasha K for having me on the show. You guys make sure you go on over there to her channel here on YouTube. It is Unwind with Tasha K. And if you want to get on the show, do you like me? If you're interested, if you want to watch, get on over there today. All right, Castro Cannon, back to the business. Kelly Price coming out here as a beautiful Black woman. And let's just say this, because Black women, they come in all shapes and all sizes, right? But I get that, like, do you think that it's more of a pullback to people because they are feeling like Kelly isn't living up to the typical celebrity, like running to the plastic surgery, getting the nip and tuck, getting the BBL and all that? Do you feel like the people are pressuring her because they see other artists doing like the nip and tucks? I mean, because when you look at Kim Kardashian's mom, Kris Jenner, it looks like she went and stole a face off of a 10-year-old. What are your thoughts?
You're so shady, Queen Tulsa. But honestly, in my eyes, I feel like Kelly has always been Kelly. If you have been watching her and looking at look, I mean, look at her house. I mean, she is fine with living comfortably as you and I can. You know what I'm saying? So therefore, she don't feel the need to just go out there and go get she can afford it. I'm sure she got the millions. She ain't broke. She ain't broke at all. But I'm sure that Kelly is doing the right things with her money, and she doesn't have anything to prove to anybody at all out here. I don't listen to her music, really a lot, but when I do, it takes me somewhere. Oh my goodness, it does. But other than that,
I'm glad you said that because when we leave here, we go into my backup channel. If y'all stay in the comments, I'm gonna redirect us right on over there. But I'm gonna play some Kelly Price greatest hits just to remind the people that she's been that girl, still that girl, is that girl, currently legendary, iconic. Like in case they forgot, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly. I feel you.
So yeah, what are your closing words before we head on over to Kelly Price greatest hits?
Well, Kelly, keep on telling these people how you feel. It doesn't matter. You ain't like other artists. You're gonna speak out. I don't mind you speaking out. I want you to speak out. You know, I wish other artists was like this, Queen Tulsa. I wish other artists was like this because, you know, we get to see the real side of them, you know, on TV, you know, and video and shit. We get the, you know, we get the other personas, you know, look, honestly, they are just like us. You know, we have different personas, but I'm glad that she is just speaking out and just saying how she truly feel about anything that really that's on her mind or whatever she may have went through. I don't blame her. Go right ahead. And that's my closing words on that, Tulsa.
Yes, absolutely. Castro Cannon, I'm actually about to drop your link in the chat, you all. Make sure you get on over and follow Castro Cannon. He is a content creator here on YouTube. Make yourselves comfortable. Castro serves it up all types of ways over there on his channel, but he's a good time. I know he loves to sing, and it was very it was a compliment by you coming by today because I'm just like, okay, you know, I get it. Then you said that Kelly had come to your church. Now tell us a little bit about that.
Oh, that was a nice experience because, you know, usually when you have celebrities come to your church, you know, people be around them and trying
What
to
was the
get
name
pictures.
of the church, if you don't mind sharing?
Huh?
I
What'd you
said, what
say?
was the name of the church, if you don't mind sharing?
Oh, it was St. Mark Baptist Church.
Okay.
So so therefore she had came by there and she sung her songs and she sat and look she sat down on the pews and listened to the word of God and you know, from a preacher preaching and you know that's what it was. It was very, very nice. It was very, very nice. And then she, you know, she you know, I think I want to say she had even got up on stage and sung a song before she was, you know, leaving. But yeah.
Oh, wow. Well, what a great experience. And shout out to Miss Kelly Price. My closing words is I stand with her. I agree with everything that she said. I felt like it was a conversation. You know, it was an elephant in the room. It was a conversation that we needed to have. And I'm glad that she brought it to social media so we can dissect and really, like I said, watching the whole video through, I didn't find it offensive. She
Me either.
She had her talking points. She was direct. If she needed to apologize or maybe make things clear, she did that. I don't think that she really apologized. It was more of a unapologetically, this is how I feel. This is what's going on. I'm not offending anybody. She did tell the people in the chat that she loves them because they were trying to make it seem like, oh, she was just this rowdy person. And that's why it feels like a game of telephone on social media. You know, one person get the story, then the next person, and before you know it, the story then twisted 20 million, 11 times, you know? And so I say, if we look for ourselves and we go and do our own research, don't depend on nobody else's research but your own. Okay? Players Club,
Exactly.
Diamond.
You ain't lying about that because, you know, I ain't gonna lie to you. Nowadays, when I see a headline about a celebrity or anybody that's out there in, you know, on YouTube land, usually I don't care about it. You know, I can go out there and type, but you know, usually I'm like, I'll wait for him. I am waiting to hear from the horse's mouth. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not over here waiting for you to, or waiting for some, you know, some unknown user to use a video or a clip or anything. Like, I'm not convinced.
Yes. Well, listen here, Castro Cannon. Check the back chat. But ladies and gentlemen, we will catch you all here shortly on the next broadcast. I'm about to transfer us on over to my backup channel. We're going to listen to some of Kelly Price's greatest hits. I am your host, Queen Tulsa. Thank you, Castro, for coming by. Until next time, girls need love too. So long.
Something. Girls need love. Girls need love. Girls need love. Girls need love. So what's a girl to do? She needs love. Some girls need love. Girls can't never say they want it. Girls can't never say how. Girls can't never say they need it. Girls can't never say no. Girls can't never say they want it. Girls can't never say how. Girls can't never say they need it. Girls can't never say no. You need it, baby. Want you to hear me screaming, have it breathing. I don't need a reason, baby. I want it till you can't vibe. I can get it to you right, baby. I wanna be healing. I can be real good. Please don't get these feelings. Hey, I need some love.